Keep saying it. Just keep saying it. Keep saying it out loud. And maybe you will convince Hope, because you won't be convincing anybody else, so dream on.
Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amanda. If this is your first time here, welcome to my beauty entertainment channel. Absolutely. So if you would like to follow me on social media, here's my Twitter, my Instagram, usually more active on Twitter honestly, so you can check me out there. And recent videos, it has been a while since I filmed a video. It has, not quite sure what they were, but I'm gonna check. My last video was about Dopamine, which finally came out. Before that was about Bridgerton, and then before that was about Cowboy Carter. Damn, that was a long time ago. But we're in fourth year, have a nicer schedule. Hopefully things can change. But here, I'm here to talk about classic True. I didn't film a video for the last season because, one, I was so off-put, and I was studying for, I want to say, I don't think I was studying for STEP then. I was studying for a big exam then, and I'm like, I'm already off put and I have no time. Not gonna do that. But we're here to discuss Selling Sunset Season 8. I want to first say that this show, one thing about Netflix and their messy white women reality television shows is they're gonna have some two drops a year minimum. So Netflix does understand what it takes to produce a quality show, because this show has been on forever. Season 1, episode 1 started playing after I finished the Season 8 finale, and I was like, it even looks different. I forgot Heather existed. I'm so sorry to Heather. My God, Christine, I should have, actually, what I should have done before sitting down to film this was watch that first episode, because Brie and Christine, I can't, when I talk about Brie, I'm gonna get into it, but let me not get ahead of myself, because I don't enjoy, I didn't enjoy it on Christine, so why would I enjoy it on Brie? But I'll get to that when I talk about Brie. Also, my nails. Ooh. Phenomenal.
Gagging.
My nail tech is too good. Sorry, I had to take a moment. Also, when I went to Sephora, the lady working the counter told me these Glow Recipe Niacinamide Dewdrops are good to use as a primer for oily skin. I've tried it like a couple of times and I sweat like instantaneously, and it seemed to work. But I'm still trying it out, because there's many different primers that I'm trying. Well, because I'm not going anywhere right now, I'm not going to put on the one size primer, but I did try that, and that does work. That oil sucking slick, that does work. So we're going to get started with our people. I'm going to first start off with the men. Brett. There's one thing Brett is going to be on the screen doing. It's talking about real estate. It's going to be talking about selling a house, buying a house, when's the next sale, when's the open house, when's this, when's that. Alana, get it together. Alana, are you prepared to do this? Alana, did I hire you properly? And I have to have like a little bit of respect for that, because nobody else is on the screen doing that. Very, 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 very few people. Maybe Alana this season is one of the only other people who is on the screen mostly discussing real estate. So that's just something to know. Brett, it wasn't funny because I guess it was a dog funeral. That's sad. Him trying to act like really, really stoked at the dog funeral. You can cry, sir. It's okay. Your like nephew died, right? Nephew died. Ugh. Next up, we have Jason. I think it'd be helpful for Jason to go talk to somebody. I say this as an overspender. I think it would be helpful for him to go talk to somebody about his spending habits. It's always buying something egregious. Why did they get this new office? This new office that the women still sit at school children desk. Why did we need this? What was the value that it was going to bring to your office of 8 people? And it costs millions upon millions of dollars. We are renovating penthouses and pricing them for millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. And now listen, the thing is with this season, his dog did die, so I'm like, rash financial decision after a death in the family, fine. He probably got more money than I think. That sports car, goddamn. He's grieving. So I guess I'm gonna use the Danessa Myricks Blurring Skin the balm, but I always use it with Health Halo Glow. I need them to come up with more shades of this. This is the shade 7, because these shades are they're all really, really red. So they're not even for me anyway, but I use them anyway. I like it as a good, like, almost base for my foundation. Next up, we have Alana. So Alana doesn't own this town. So she doesn't own this town, and made the entire vacation of this season about her traveling to a town that she does not own, but in the episode was answering and talking and answering questions about the mechanics of owning said town. And then the people who live in the town get on social media and say, actually, this lady does not own this town and has never owned this town, and it's kind of offensive to us that she claims that she owns this town. Do I have that right? Like, that's what happened with this Alana lady this season? That's how we got to know her? You like, because she didn't really, like, have many plot points going on. Her plot point was trying to convince Nicole that Nicole is a messy bitch. Nicole is never going to realize how messy she is, because she doesn't, I'm going to say that for her. But that was pretty much her role, was to be like, oh, Nicole, like, you just go talk to somebody instead of making up rumors. And Nicole's like, no, I'm not going to do that. That's why Alana was here, which is really interesting, and this town. So the town wasn't real, and Nicole doesn't listen to you. So where do we go from here? What do we get from Alana? What does Alana bring to us? I don't know. I don't know. I will say she was on the screen consistently discussing real estate. Except when she was talking to Nicole. But I don't know why you lie about owning a town. Especially something that is so easily disproven. Like, everyone doesn't have social media, and people won't. We are on a reality television show that's going on television, on Netflix. Why would they not be like, actually, you don't? That's what's so interesting to me. I'm very confused about this town owned, might not own, because why would you lie about owning a town? That makes no sense to me. And what would you gain from lying about owning a town? That also makes no sense to me. Brett was worried about her, but she came through. That's why I'm like, I don't know. I have no opinion on Alana. Brie and Amanda were shading her, calling her boring. Vanilla boring. You're all vanilla and boring. Most of the people here are vanilla and boring. That's why you guys dress like that. No shade. I don't know. Brie calling someone else vanilla. The thing is, Brie is not vanilla, but I am bored, unfortunately. So next up, we have Amanda. Every single season, I think for the past 8 straight, Amanda goes through something absolutely horrific. Like, absolutely horrible, like, never been seen before, like, what the fuck levels. And I'm wondering, it's every single season, and I really hope she's okay and, like, can, like, take time to talk to somebody about that. That's what I want to start with. The thing, next thing, because I'm gonna make this kind of like a little compliment sandwich. This homophobic stylist, I've never seen a less serious conversation than the one between Chrishell. The thing about Chrishell is always going to come to you first. That's the thing. The girls can learn many a thing from Chrishell, but one of them is she's always going to come to you. She's not going to go about talking about you around you. She's going to come to you and ask you, why are you inviting your homophobic stylist to your birthday and inviting Chrishell and her fiance? It makes no sense to me. And Chrishell brought up to her in a very kind, and Amanda basically said, it's because he does stuff for me for free. You do know that makes you look worse, right? Your friend, your like supposed like, because they, remember that whole tizzy, one-sided tizzy that Amanda caused because she and Mary decided to all of a sudden hate Chrishell because Chrishell was doing what? What was Chrishell doing? I'm assuming being herself. I'm assuming trying to live her best life. And there was angerness about that. And Amanda, I remember that scene where she was like to Mary, she's changed. I don't know who she is. Girl, she should have changed. The show's been on for 8 seasons. I would hope you would change and grow. And back to my point. for free work. It looks bad. Oh man, so looks bad. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Because honestly, Chrishell could like let the record sing about the very, very, not subtle, but like subtle homophobia she's been experiencing since she came out at that reunion. She could really let the chopper sing about that, but she hasn't. That's for her to decide to do. And so she did let it sing a little bit during this incident because it's so egregious and it was so blatantly obvious. And her explanation / excuse was he does work for me for free. And I don't wanna, he does work for me for free, and then we go to her incredibly glamorous birthday party, which was pretty, and the decoration for the photos were gorgeous. She looked amazing. But what are we talking about right now? What are we talking about now? Are we ready? Amanda, are we ready to have a serious conversation? Because that was ridiculous. Eventually it was rectified. He was not at the birthday party, and it all fixed itself. But the situation even happening and her like going back and forth with Chrishell, when Chrishell really had the point, like there was no combating that, was hilarious to me. Third, what concealer am I going to use? The same. Third thing about Amanda, her art is good. Her art is really good. So this is the thing, because the show has been going on for a while. I cannot remember. I thought Amanda was introduced to us as their like stylist, as their like stager. Was she introduced on the show as, because I can't remember, it's been so long. I think she was introduced as a stylist, and then she was like, I want to get more into real estate. I think we should go back to our roots. I don't know why we've been, actually, you know, she's good at styling. She's good at the more like creative, like decorative stuff. Not decorative and like it's not important, but decorative is literally decorative. She's good at that. Her art was good. That piece she's good at that stuff. I think she should do that. I'm not gonna tell her what to do. Not gonna tell her how to live her life. She also visibly looks more happy. Like that's the happiest I've seen. I don't know Amanda. That's the happiest I've seen her on screen since the show started, was in that art gallery. So I'm gonna go with that's what she wants to do. I'm gonna make that judgment call that that's what she wants to do, and she does not, in fact, want to does not want to be an agent, and that's fine. And I think she'd be good at that, and I think they need her because they do. She's always the one staging their houses, and they do need you in that sense. You still be able to hang out with all your friends, right? I don't know, but that's Amanda. Sad girl. I'm sad. I'm very sad. Also, like, it's always something really, really terrible happening to her. What do you mean sepsis? My goodness. Anyways, that's her. Next up, we have Emma. I don't know how I feel about Emma. I like her. Like, I don't dislike her. But she does things sometimes that I'm like, that was a weird thing to do. But I think she's trying to be funny. So I'm like, okay, maybe it wasn't like, it was like ha weird, not like weird. So I'm like, that's fine. I think you're just trying to be funny. That's me with Emma. Emma and Brie were close. When was that? Maybe it's my bad because I did like maybe I'm forgetting things, which is totally could be the case. There are many other things in my brain right now, but I don't remember Emma and Brie being like besties. But they say Brie says they were. Let's go with that they were. I don't know what happened there because Brie seems I thought it's not a Brie versus Chelsea thing. It's a Brie versus Emma. She's really mad at Emma. I'm wondering why. What's happening between them right now, I'm just confused by. I don't know why she thinks Brie, this is the thing. I don't know why she thinks Brie orchestrated this I think she's giving Brie too much credit. I think that's what I think. I think Emma's giving Brie too much credit. What happened, because I went back and watched the scene where this all happened. What happened is Amanda said, I have tea. Brie said, great. Brie didn't know the tea was about Chelsea, but she got really believe me, I'm getting to Brie. Got really giddy, really excited, real victim blaming immediately as soon as she heard the tea. So I'm not here to absolve Brie of any sort of not gonna find that here. But I think you're giving Brie too much credit and making it seem like Brie is smarter than she actually is, which you want us all to believe, but I don't believe. I don't think she orchestrated it in that way. I don't know. Something else happened between them that I feel, this is my guess, of course. I do not know these people. Let's be clear. I do not know these people. I know what is put on the screen in reality television, which is not the truth. So I should have said that at the beginning, but I feel like that's obvious, like it's reality TV. I feel like something else happened between all of them that we are not privy to, because the reactions and the behaviors just, it's not lining up to me. It's not lining up, and it's really not making a lot of sense to me. How did I forget the most important brush? The fucking powder brush. That's fine. I have a powder puff and this eyeshadow brush. We're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work. I feel like we're giving Brie a little too much credit, Emma. I think Brie has separate issues and separate ways she's trying to retaliate against Chelsea, but I don't think this is the way that she thought. This just fell into her lap. This fell into Brie's lap. Brie's not that's what happened. I don't think it's anything more than that. But because of that, because of me looking at the evidence in front of me, I feel like something else happened between them. And Brie was really like, she was my friend. Like, we were really, really close. And I was like, whoa, I didn't know that. Where were you guys close? Because maybe it was just off camera. We just literally didn't see, but I did not know that. I feel like something else happened there. I don't know. Next up, we have Nicole. I really don't even know what to say about this incredibly bizarre woman. And that is really the best word I could find to describe her behaviors and qualities. What are we talking about right now? How old are you? Has this not been your career for the past like 20 years? You seem rather, that's the thing. I will give Nicole one thing. She seems to know her shit and talk her shit when it comes to real estate. That is the one singular thing on earth I will give Nicole. One singular thing. So because I didn't make a video on last season, but I did watch it. In this Nicole versus Chrishell debacle, that was ridiculous. The only thing Chrishell did wrong was call her a crackhead. Like, that was the only thing Chrishell did wrong. Nicole, this, you know whose fault this is? Jason's. That's whose fault all of this is Jason. Stop dating your employees. If Jason stopped dating his employees, the show would have ended 5 seasons ago. Stop dating your employees. Actually, I can stop the video right now. We're done. Stop dating your employees, and we wouldn't have any of these issues. It's getting out of hand. I'm not going to even bring up HR because I don't think HR can even go into an environment like this. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? Change the fabric of the Oppenheimer Institute? They're not going to do that. But who has time to do that? It would be too much. HR can't even help at this point because it's interwoven. Anyways, so Nicole jealous of Chrishell. Nicole went for the misogynistic route instead of just coming out and saying, I am jealous of Chrishell. I'm jealous of Chrishell. Like, instead of coming out and saying that, decided to take this very convoluted, misogynistic, traditional path that is incredibly jobless, coming from a seemingly job-occupied woman. I don't know. Just was really unsettling. And then we get to this season, Nicole. Let's talk about what you did this season. The funniest scene of this season, and I think the most ironic, because mind you, you know how I just said everything is Jason's fault. Stop sleeping with your employees. Jason and Brett, those two, the twins, had to hold Nicole's hand and walk her through an apology. Somebody who would make an HR department cry has to hold your hand and walk you through an apology, owning up for your own actions. Chrishell actually was incredibly kind to her because she really could have not been. She really, really could have not been because she didn't need to be. Chrishell is a very kind person. I don't know, you will never make me hate Chrishell because she's very nice when she doesn't have to be. She laid it out very plainly. Either you are homophobic or you were like, I'm going to co-sign homophobia because I don't like Chrishell. Both are bad, but at least own up to one. Because Chrishell didn't even need to lay out those I honestly, and the way Nicole's acting, I think it was, I don't know her. If it was a second option, I don't even think she realized that. I don't even think she realized that. That's why she did that. And that's even more and more pathetic to me. Why are you being, and even in the apology, she was being coddled in the apology. And that's why I'm saying, like, Chrishell is an incredibly nice person. She was being coddled throughout that entire apology, and Chrishell was not. Chrishell was the one who was on the receiving end of homophobic hatred on the internet, co-signed by you, mind you. Co-signed by you. Answer for that. She acted like they had her at gunpoint. That was the apology. She acted like they had her at gunpoint, demanding her to owning up to your actions. You're a grown career woman. Why are you acting like we're pulling teeth, trying to get you to say, actually, yes, I did do that. I'm sorry for that, and I won't do it again. Why did that take nearly half an episode to get out of her? Walking away, and she's like, I have to get myself together. Get yourself together. The way she was like, it's so, how dare you call me homophobic? Then what did you do? How dare you call me something I probably am? I genuinely believe that Nicole thought that they were all going to come to bat for her. Like, especially Jason and Brett. She did not think that Jason and Brett were also going to be like, no girl, you looked kind of fucking crazy. Like, you look kind of crazy. And they were even saying, like, we think it's a second option. They weren't even giving her the benefit. She looked like a deer in headlights that entire scene, because she was like, I never expected to be told about myself, and I don't know why. But the thing is, she's clearly gotten away with this behavior, this erratic behavior, for years. Because nobody who knew her for a long time seemed fazed by last season. That's the crazy thing to me. That's the actually crazy thing to me. Nobody seemed fazed by her antics of the last season. I don't know. I don't know her, so... But to me, if I was around somebody who acted like that, I'd be like, huh, why? That's weird. That's weird. Why do you act like that? Is there a reason you act like that? Should we unpack this? But, and they finally like ended that whole like Nicole versus Chrishell thing, which was nonsensical from the jump because it was one-sided. It was one-sided. This all started over them two sharing a listing and Nicole being so disgusted that she would have to share a listing with Chrishell. Despite Chrishell being there, well, I don't know how many years, because I'm pretty sure they were releasing 2 seasons a year, but she'd been there for like 7 seasons at that point. And Nicole was like, still no. Still no. Jobless activities. And then the producers were really messy for this because, you know, Nicole, as she does, she was talking about Chelsea and her outfits. Oh, she's not professional because of the way she dresses. You know, you have to compose yourself a certain way. They're real messy for then cutting to showing her stumbling over herself drunk at Amanda's birthday party. It is a birthday party, so a different situation, but the producers are really messy for that. And I really appreciated that. Truth, I really, really, truly appreciated how they went for the messy option. I did, because what are we talking about right now? Why do you care? That's the thing with Nicole. Every time she does something, I'm like, why do you care? Like, now this Emma rumor that desperately wants to share but refuses to give actual information, refuses to provide actual. The thing about Amanda, who's a messy bitch in and of herself, is she at least had like a DM evidence. Is that real evidence? I don't know, but she at least had something to co-sign what she was saying. Nicole is literally just talking. I heard this from she said, I heard from a reliable source that Emma had a relation with a married man. Okay. When, where, who, what are we talking about? And the thing is, Nicole acts like she's such an interesting lady. Like, she makes good reality TV, actually, because she acts all high and mighty. Because mind you, the whole time, and she's like spilling beans about this alleged secret she knows, she's acting like she's being held on the cross. She's acting like, Emma would never protect a rumor about me like this, but I'm trying to protect her. Meanwhile, you talk about it every chance you get. Every time Nicole was in a confessional, somehow she turned it to Emma and this married man she was allegedly sleeping with. Almost every single time. So do you really want to keep it a secret, or are you a messy bitch? It's okay. This is reality television. Somebody has to be the messy bitch. Somebody does. Somebody has to bring the room. Amanda, even though I don't like her, seems purely confident in being the messy bitch. We'll get to her in a second. Nicole, you should stand in it, because truthfully, like, for your own job security, they're gonna take the confident messy bitch over the one who doesn't want to positively be the messy bitch. So I would, for your own job security on the show, I would just revel in it instead of this, but I'm so good, but I have to tell every single person I interact with about this rumor. Mind you, they're telling you, oh, maybe we shouldn't talk about this right now, but you know, Emma was sleeping with that married man in Pioneer. I remember Pioneer Town. They were like, maybe not now, maybe we don't. And she was like, anyways, I have evidence that Emma allegedly slept with a married man. And in the finale, which is, again, I don't know, I guess it's Brie versus Emma now. Where did this come? Maybe I need to rewatch the entire show. Where did this come from? And going up to Brie, because she went up to Brie, and I think in the finale, and being like, I have some tea for you. So if you weren't concocting stuff before now, you definitely are now. You have to stand in it. Do you want to be the messy woman who moves the plot or not? Because you can't because nobody believes you. That's the thing. Like, I don't believe you that you don't want to be that, because you seem to really enjoy it. And that's okay to enjoy it. You're on reality TV. But this like faux, like a holier than thou attitude, we're all on the same show. We're all on the same show trying to accomplish the same goals. Are we not? Next up, we have Mary. Me and Mary last season, I left with a very sour taste in my mouth. I don't remember all the details of last season, but I just think it's really, really interesting how she switched up on Chrishell like that. So I went into this season already like side-eyeing Mary. Let's start with this Mary versus Chelsea. Just absolute foolishness on Mary's side. Foolishness on Mary's side. First of all, Romaine, why are you in women's business? That was ridiculous. Chelsea and Mary are having a cordial conversation, and here Romaine come badgering his way. Badgering, that's what that was badgering. It was giving, I need to protect my wife from Mr. Big Scary Chelsea, and I don't like that. I thought it was inappropriate, and I think Mary should have turned to him and said, this is inappropriate, and should have stopped that from happening. I thought it was inappropriate. I thought it was wildly inappropriate. I don't know why you two are having a conversation about something that happened between you two and your husband is here. That's fucking weird. Why is he here? Was he a part of the original conversation? Was he a part of where this all started? He was not. So why is he here now? And why is he getting in Chelsea's face? It's weird. Secondly, Chelsea basically poured her heart out to Mary about how she feels like Mary doesn't respect her. And I agree with Chelsea. From what I've watched, I do not think Mary respects Chelsea, and I don't think anybody else who watches the show would think that Mary respects Chelsea. I think Mary is very pick and choose with who she chooses to have respect for, and it can flip any day, like last season with Chrishell. I can tell that Mary does not have respect for Chelsea, and it's been clear since Chelsea came on the show. Chelsea is not pulling these feelings out of her behind. It's blatantly obvious. Even in the way you talk to her, the way you act around her, you very much think you're above her. And Chelsea called you out for it. And Mary's like, I would never, and then Mary starts crying. The broker's Oprah outfit. That whole conversation was hilarious. Mary was like, I don't want to cause drama. I don't want to do this. And then you go to her boss and you're like, the girls have been saying that Chelsea's outfit is a little inappropriate. So you want to be messy or no? Mary and Nicole, I can see why they were friends, because I don't want to cause any commotion, but you know it's going to cause commotion. But she also does not have the authority to say to Chelsea herself, but she could have and been like, some people, because you guys are also like listing this house together. She could have been like, Chelsea, I've heard from some of the clients that, they think your look's a little inappropriate. Would have been a crazy thing to say, but she could have said it that way. She didn't have to go to the boss. But I want her to ask, I want to ask her the question, do you enjoy being messy or not? I think you do. I think you do. She's very like, I'm above the drama. I'm above it now. Ever since Christine left, she's been very like, I'm not getting into anything now. Like, I'm a career woman. I'm here to sell houses and that's it. I don't know. But I believe her more over Nicole. In terms of the I'm not actually messy. I believe her more than I believe Nicole. I do not believe Nicole. I forgot to put blush on before I put my powder on. Guys, what am I doing? Anyways, the fighting at the funeral, it was a spirited argument. I wouldn't call it fighting. Mary's being pissed. I don't think none of them are going to apologize to her, but that's that. Next up is Chrishell. Chrishell was kind of just like, not there this season. Like, Chelsea got kind of upset with her. But Chrishell is still Queenie. I love her. I'm so happy for her in her life. And again, I've been saying this since season 1. One thing Chrishell is going to do is talk to somebody, is confront somebody, is to address somebody directly. And even when she's doing something that the other person will not like, she will tell you herself. You won't find out from somebody else. The thing is with Emma was being messy with Chrishell and Chelsea and that whole Emma was being a little bit messy because she was telling Chelsea the things that Chrishell was doing before Chrishell got a chance to tell her, because I'm like, Chrishell is gonna tell her, right? Because Chrishell is not the type of person to not tell somebody something that is happening. So I just thought the way Emma went about that was interesting. Emma's interesting, but I prefer her over the rest of them. Because what are we talking about right now? Next up, we have Brie. I have some choice words for Brie. I'm going to start off by saying that, and I even think, I don't know if Brie would agree with me here. Brie was giddy to find out that Chelsea's husband is a two-timing bastard. She was absolutely ecstatic. I don't know, I think that's the happiest I've seen her on camera, is when Amanda told her that Chelsea's husband is probably cheating on her. Never seen her so happy, never seen her so full of life. You were excited. Be honest and be serious, because she was on camera when she found out. She, said the parting line of oh, that's terrible, but facial expressions, body language, and everything she said after leads me to believe she was in fact ecstatic to find out ooh, got her. And this is the thing with this whole Brie, Chelsea, Emma, Chrishell. When Chelsea, Emma, and Chrishell called Brie to verify that she didn't come from a nasty place, the immediate defensiveness to me adds to my point that you were absolutely giddy. Again, I think we're all giving Brie too much credit saying that she set up this entire thing, because I don't believe she did that. I don't want to insult her, but I don't believe she did that. The immediate defensiveness, when I know for a fact that Brie would have thought the exact same thing if roles were reversed. If roles were reversed, and because let's play it out plainly. I agree with what Brie did. I think Brie telling Chelsea directly was the best course of action. I think if she had even like told Chrishell and had Chrishell tell Chelsea, I think it was the best course of action for Brie to tell Chelsea directly, because Brie got the information directly and she did it in a timely manner. I don't think Brie did something wrong there. I don't. I believe her behaviors surrounding what she did and the way she acted after lets me know that she was not in fact coming from the best place. She was coming from the place of look. She even said it herself, like, don't throw stones if you're living inside a glass house, something like that. And I'm like, you wanted to get back at her. You didn't tell her this, because Brie has said herself, she is not a girl's girl. And she said that every fucking season, like, we don't already know that you're not a girl's girl. You did not come for her like the woman to woman, like, we heard this about your husband, I'm really, really sorry. You came from a, look at that. And that's nasty. And that is nasty. I know I don't believe you orchestrated all this, but the immediate defensiveness when they came to you and asked that, because Brie, let's set up the presentation for you. Let's set up the patient presentation for you. Somebody that you've been in beefs, like actual beef with, mind you, this is all over Chelsea saying that Nick Cannon, I don't even know what to call what he does, but Nick Cannon's antics are inappropriate. She didn't even really say anything about you. She said that what Nick Cannon is doing is inappropriate. And that's this beef that Brie is talking about. Besides that, somebody you've hated and have been in a tizzy with for the past like 2 seasons comes to you with information about your husband and is like, your husband's cheating on you. You're telling me Brie would not be like, are you trying to set me up? She would have done all that Chelsea is doing and worse, because at least Chelsea asked Brie. I don't even think Brie would have asked Chelsea. She would have assumed the worst of her and acted accordingly. So I don't believe Brie. That is my like thesis statement of this Brie section, is I don't believe Brie. I don't believe you. You did have, you came from a bad place. You did. You said all the right things to make it seem like we weren't coming from a bad place, but your attitude after, especially in that finale, Brie goes nuclear, Brie goes World War III, it was very obvious. You got the information and said, how can I make her life living hell? But I'm going to tell her first, just so I at least will not be accused of that. That's exactly what it gave to me. And Brie herself even said, I don't know if I should be the one to tell her because of her history. So why are you now getting incredibly defensive and acting confused when Chelsea calls you to confirm, oh, you did not set this up in a malicious way because of our previous history? Mind you, Brie was literally crashing out over Chrishell being like, Nick Cannon's kind of a fucking asshole. It is kind of an asshole thing to do, to have a baby on someone and they find out on the internet. That's disrespectful. It's a rude thing to do. That's, mind you, that's what this whole like between them is Chelsea being like, your man's disgusting. Brie, you're insulting my family. That's what that is, and that's why I can't take it seriously. This is the thing with Miss Brie and her attitude. I do believe, I do admire that ability to like carry yourself in that way, but this constant need to remind us, you're not a girl's girl. I didn't have girlfriends growing up. I've always been in rooms where people hate me. I'm so used to being the everyone hates me in the room. I'm totally fine going to rooms where people hate me. I'm used to being a cunt in the room. That you're a grown woman. What are you talking about right now? You're not a teenager. What are we talking about right now? You have to develop a different personality besides being not like other girls, or a different personality besides being I'm most hated, because it's not giving. It's not giving at all, and it's actually kind of sad. Like, I didn't buy this behavior from Christine, and I certainly am not buying it from you. Like, You're a real bitch. You don't care what people say about you. You say whatever you need to say. You're very honest. You're brutally honest. I'm gonna say whatever I need to say. Doesn't really matter. But when Chelsea does it, it's a problem. Chelsea called Nick proliferating around the world inappropriate. She said him making kids and not raising them is disgusting. That's what she said. It is not fun, and it is not a good thing that Brie found out when the rest of the internet did. That was embarrassing, and I'm really, really sorry you went through that on camera. I'm really sorry. That was literally terrible. But now being like, I could have ruined Chelsea's, like before she went nuclear in that last 2 episodes, I could have really ruined Chelsea's life if I really wanted to. You're not helping your case. Saying, oh, I could have done this horrible thing, but I didn't, does not make you any better. Does not make what you're doing. And then to go and do it anyway? Brie has never been serious. And Amanda, let's get on Amanda. You're messy and you're shady. Like, this is the thing. This defensiveness, this was not all clean. Something makes me think it's not all the way clean. Because Amanda, I don't know, the conversation. So I went back and rewatched because I was like, let me make sure I have all my ducks in a row. I went and rewatched when Amanda called Brie and their conversation. Amanda called Brie and was like, I have tea for you. That's all she said. And she's like, it's not tea that I want to share over the phone. That is all that was said in the phone conversation. Then we get there and Amanda's like, I have potentially damaging stuff about Chelsea's husband. That's literally exactly what happens. So when Brie was talking to Chelsea and Chrishell and Emma and being like, Brie was like, I told you I was having lunch with Amanda. How would they have known this information was coming? You, as you claim, you said you didn't know this information was coming. So how would Chelsea, Chrishell, and Emma know somehow that Amanda was going to tell you about Chelsea's husband? It makes no sense. It makes no sense. And something, I don't believe Brie, I don't believe Brie orchestrated this, but when I look at Amanda, something's not right, especially from the behavior after the fact. Because when she finds out, let's go back to the conversation when Amanda actually told Brie what was going on. Now Brie is all of a sudden talking about Chelsea, I'm being a mother at home while Chelsea goes out on the town every single day. Now she's blaming Chelsea. Now she's blaming Chelsea, saying he cheated, because I do agree with her that Chelsea got on the show, she got big, made a name for herself, and that man didn't like it. Fucking bozo. I don't like, what am I supposed to do about your insecurities and your inadequacies in our relationship? Don't really know. So that was the only true thing she said. Oh, if you're not paying attention to your man, like, he's gonna do whatever he wants. I really don't want to like go for the Nick Cannon of it all, but weren't you the one saying don't throw stones from a glass house? Because that's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. How is Brie fighting with everybody in the office and she's not the problem? She's not the problem. And then she went back and forth like, I'm never gonna make you pick a side. I just see how you act and I act accordingly, this, that, and the third. You basically told Emma you need to pick a side. That's literally what you told her. And then somehow in all of this, Brie made herself the victim in Chelsea getting cheated on, because didn't you guys hear? Chelsea's big elaborate plan to wreak havoc on Brie was getting her husband to cheat on her. Didn't you guys read the paper? Didn't you guys get the latest information from the news source? That is exactly what Chelsea, while she's a busy real estate agent, her grand scheme plan was to get on Selling Sunset USA and concoct a plan of her husband cheating on her in order to get back at Brie. To get back at Brie for what? For Nick Cannon dogging you out on the internet? It makes no sense. Because there's been a lot of Selling Sunset plotlines that make zero sense, most of them including Nicole, but I don't even know what we're talking about right now. And then she started talking about, yeah, Chelsea plays checkers, I play chess. You play chess. What in this season has been chess-like? You getting incredibly defensive on the phone with Chrishell, Emma, and Chelsea. Amanda bringing you information and you telling Chelsea right away. Nicole bringing you information about Emma. What about this has been chess-like? Maybe I don't know how to play chess properly. That could totally be the case. It's been several years and I took a chess class, but I don't think so. And now she's absolutely giddy over having tea on Emma. And now this is when the thing is, again, because now I don't want to go back on my statement because I still don't think Brie orchestrated this. I don't think she has what she thinks she has to orchestrate all this, but something is not clean because now she wants to bring Amanda into the office. We cannot be serious with that. We cannot be serious with that. Amanda's sitting and she brings her into the office and Amanda goes and sits in Chelsea's seat all shadily. But Chelsea's the one who's been plotting this whole time. Mind you, ever since you found out that Chelsea's husband is scum of the earth, you've been plotting. You've been trying to figure out how you can take this woman's pain and turn it into something to use against her. That's what's been happening. That was what was happening the entire season. Go rewatch it. That's what was happening the entire, and now Emma is the pawn catalyst used for the plan you've always been planning. She thinks she's so slick. You're not. You're not slick. Because now she gets tea on Emma and is giddy and happy about this too. What now? Now she's talking about, now she wants to use Emma against Chelsea and this, that, and the third. And at the same time is trying to genuinely bring Amanda in. Amanda, I have a question for you. Is it giving press for work? Because it's giving press for work. It's giving press for employment and it's giving social climber. What you do need to be a real estate agent, you do need to know how to network and stuff. So like that's besides the point, but it's giving press for work and press for fame because otherwise this makes no sense to me. And mind you, I would just like to say that at no point when I think Chrishell is the one who asked Brie about like Amanda, like tell me about her. At no point did Brie ever say a nice thing about that girl. She was like, yeah, like she's very direct. She's very like blunt. She's very like, she doesn't know nonsense. She's always going to tell you. She doesn't care if she appears bad by telling you. None of these are nice things. He's saying that's your alleged friend. None of these are nice things. So I just question the sincerity of what's going on here. Because again, Amanda, why do you care? Why are you now wanting to take Chelsea's seat? Why do you care? How is this affecting your life? You brought this information to Brie because you wanted it to be messy. And you knew Brie would be messy with it. And then what? What do you gain? You gain a seat in the office? Did you sell a house? I'm sure she does. But like, that's the job, is selling homes, right? I don't know. Because why does Amanda care so much? And now she wants to get a new job out of it. What do I think happened? If I were to purely speculate, I would think that Amanda came to Brie and said, I have damaging information, like she did. I have damaging information about Chelsea's husband. And because of all the because Brie just keeps getting information and she claims that's how she's playing chess, is like people telling her things. She got this information from, and Amanda and Brie maybe plotted together to quote unquote take Chelsea down. That's not gonna work. And like replace her and take her job. Or at least Brie got that idea now. Because she, like, this entire time has been so mad. She kept going back and forth, like, should I tell Chelsea? Because I'm not the right person to tell her. You should tell her. And she did anyway. But that conversation, like, when she found out, she immediately turned to blame Chelsea. You had somebody cheat on you too, Brie. Because that's her whole thing, is like, Chelsea, you should have been kinder to me if this was going on in your house. Talking about like, oh, that Birkin was probably like a hush-hush present, this, that, and the third. Mind you, doing all the same things she claimed Chelsea was doing to her. But when Brie does it, it's bad bitch behavior. It's I'm just a cunt behavior. I love when people hate me. I relish when people hating me behavior. Somehow, It's different and it's cute and it's cool and it's quirky when Brie does it, but when anybody else does it, it's a problem and they need to be taken down a peg. That's what it's giving, what she's doing to Chelsea. She wants to take Chelsea down a peg, and unfortunately it's not going to work, or I hope it does not work, because Chelsea is not playing around. She's not playing around, and I hope she continues to not play around with them and not let them play around with her life, her job, and her career. I hope so. Speaking of Chelsea, next we're on Chelsea. I love Chelsea. Y'all will never make me hate Chelsea. People have tried. It just doesn't work. Last season, I did not hate Chelsea. I thought everything she said about Nick Cannon was actually spot on, and she could have said worse. Was it at the wrong moment sometimes? Sure, maybe you don't need to necessarily kick a horse when it's down, but what Nick Cannon does in the world is inappropriate. It's biological warfare. It's inappropriate, and what he does is not right. And I don't think she's wrong for saying that. And I don't think she's insulting your family by saying, in fact, I think she's standing up for your family. Now, they both got into a tit for tat, like doing things like a little, so wasn't the cleanest thing, but again, I didn't hate Chelsea for that. I think she's really that girl. And I think Brie hates her for it, because she's still that girl despite what everyone else keeps trying to do to her, what they keep trying to make up about her, keep trying to even come for her, pretend she's not professional, etc., etc., and she still survives. Like, Brie but the thing is, Chelsea, I don't think Brie set that up. I'm wondering, does she think Brie like called up Amanda and was like, I wonder, maybe she thinks that Amanda told Brie this news off camera and they brought it to camera on purpose. That I believe. But I think the way they're like talking about Brie orchestrating it is that it sounds like they're thinking that like even orchestrating like the finding out that he was cheating. She's not doing any of that. Like, she's not doing any of that. She's not doing any of that. And even her like getting this information, I don't believe she set that up either. I believe Amanda called her on the phone and she found out when the rest of us found out and was like, ooh, I can use this against her. Because she got real excited. It was giving first time hearing the news. It was giving real excited, real giddy, unless she got that excited twice. I don't know. Maybe Brie's a fantastic actor. She really, really could be. And I just don't know that. But it wasn't giving that. But that's just me. I don't think she orchestrated this. I think Amanda is a messy bitch. I think Amanda got this information and was like, I want to get on television. I want to tell Brie this on television so we can start plotting. And Brie said, because the thing is, Brie keeps talking about chess. You're presented with opportunities. That's kind of what chess is, but not. You're presented with opportunities and you do things with them. Things fall into your lap. Information falls into your lap and you act accordingly. You're not going out of your way trying to maneuver, manipulate the situation. She's not doing any of that. She's not. I think we give her too much credit. Information is falling into her lap and she's like, huh, I could do something with this, when she gets enough spite in her. And her spite was Chelsea being like, calm, cool, and collected, obviously being upset and reacting the way like anybody would react in a situation. But Chelsea was in my life, I will move forward and I will move on. And Brie was like, no, actually, you need to suffer more. I'm gonna make you your husband cheated on you, but you need to suffer more. I want to see you suffer more. That's what Brie's whole thing this season was Chelsea is not suffering enough for me. Even though I found out that her husband is cheating on her, she's not suffering enough for me. And it's now going to be my entire goal, I presume, of next season is to make Chelsea suffer. And Chelsea will not let you guys win. So good luck. I wish you the best of luck on your journey in trying to get a Nigerian woman to bring down her dignity for you guys. Good luck. All right. All in all, Amanda, it's giving Amanda, it's giving desperate, and it's giving desperate. Brie, it's giving unbelievable. Chelsea, it's giving bad bitch, and I'm really, really sorry that your husband is a piece of garbage, and I'm really, really sorry if he's gonna try. I don't know, but if he's gonna try to use the excuse of like, oh, like your career took off and you left me alone, and I just kick him to the curb. You deserve to be with somebody who celebrates your successes and does not use them as a fuel for his already built-in insecurity. Ridiculous. And it is ridiculous that Brie and Amanda giggled over that. I thought you were the bad bitch mom, you know, with the job. I thought so. Why is it an issue when Chelsea? How? It's always an issue when Chelsea does it. It's never an issue when Brie does it. And I agree, it shouldn't be an issue. It shouldn't be an issue when anybody does it. But why is it only an issue when Chelsea does it? It's really interesting. Chrishell, Queenie, still Queenie to this day. Mary, I don't know. She went through a lot this season. I still am, I don't know, last season really turned me off from Mary completely. Like, I just think the way she switched up on Chrishell was just uncalled for. And, yeah, I think Chrishell, there's a lot of reckoning about the homophobia that has just kind of been just bubbling under for the past several seasons since she came out. And I feel like she could be a lot more direct about that, and she's choosing not to be out of the kindness of her heart, because there have been some things where I'm like, switching up now is so interesting. Anyways, Nicole Baszar. Nicole Baszar. This woman was like, how dare Chrishell call me homophobic? How dare you guys call me crying. Mind you, nobody believes you. I believe Nicole's homophobic. I believe Nicole's homophobic. I don't know why you would co-sign homophobia. Even if you co-sign homophobia because you hate somebody, it still makes you homophobic. I don't know what to tell you. And I don't even think if she truly understands that, because she seemed like she was in a world of panic when she was being brought to the table and forced to apologize. They had to make her apologize to Chrishell by force. I want that on the record. They had to make Nicole apologize to Chrishell by force. You are co-workers. You co-signed homophobia because you were jealous of Chrishell and you were mad at Chrishell. And yes, Chrishell did shade you in the group chat because, again, you did this and had not apologized. You know, men's favorite word is accountability. Ask the man to define accountability before you listen to his statement. I don't listen to men on podcasts ever, but if ask them to define accountability, they won't be able to. Nicole is somebody who avoids accountability like the plague. You have a pretty serious job. How you avoid accountability like the plague is beyond me. I will never understand it, Nicole. I won't. So Nicole's word of the season is bizarre. Emma. I don't know what unknown maybe is my word, because maybe I just missed something and I just didn't recognize that Emma and Brie were that close, and I'm so confused as to why Brie seems to now be angrier. Like, she was angry at Chelsea the whole season, but towards the end it seemed like it was more so Emma, and she was going to be her anger at Emma to again double back on Chelsea. Something is going on there and I don't know what. Unknown. Amanza. My word for Amanza this season is ecstatic. Honestly, she looked really, really happy when she was doing her art. That's the happiest I've ever seen her on the show, is in that art gallery. Like, she was beaming ear to ear, like, I really love this for you, girl. Don't ever hire that homophobic stylist ever again. Alana, I would agree with Brie. Vanilla. I would agree with Brie. Vanilla. I have nothing else to say about her. Jason and Brett. I don't know what kind of place you're running. I don't. But Brett, I know you're just here to sell houses. Actually, let me not do too much, because I don't know Brett. I don't know his life story. I don't want to give a man credit. But you guys sold houses this season. The bell was rung several times. So let's all applaud them for that. Despite the mansion tax killing everything. Let's all applaud them for that. You guys sold houses this season. Yay! Some things I can live without on all future seasons of Selling Sunset. I can live without the incredibly awkward flirting with men. In fact, I can just live without I did not need to see Joey Essex jump into the pool to impress them. I can live without that. I can live without the at brunch seeing Joey Essex and his friend, and I can live without all of that. It seems to be a consistent pattern throughout all the seasons, and I would like to opt out. I would like to opt out of those scenes. I just want to have that on the record for myself. I'm no longer interested in watching those types of scenes because it brings me physical pain. All right, those are my thoughts on Selling Sunset Season 8. The show is actually, I think this is good reality TV. I think it's good and consistent reality TV. Like, that's the thing. Even though I don't like, they make good, this is good reality TV. I think this is quality reality TV. So yeah, I had fun. Let me know what you guys think about the season of Selling Sunset. Who did you love? Who did you hate? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? What's going on? What's tea there? But yes, hope you guys are doing well. Again, if you would like to follow me on social media, my social media pages, see you there. And yes, let me know your thoughts on Selling Sunset. Please stay safe outside. It's never too late to put your mask on. If you took it back off, we are in the middle of a surge. Please get your flu and updated COVID vaccines if that is available to you. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.